second graders. Today we're going to be reading Bill and Pete Go Down the Nile. Here we have Bill and Pete on the cover. This book is written and illustrated by Tomie dePaola. We've read Bill and Pete before, and now we're going to see Bill and Pete doing something different in this story. Bill and Pete live by the bank of the Nile River. So let's get started and see what's going to happen in our story. Tomie dePaola gives great illustrations in his text. Here is our title page, Bill and Pete Go Down the Nile. This is a fiction book. Here we go. Tomorrow was the first day of school, and William Everett Crocodile, who was called Bill, and his friend Pete, who was his toothbrush, was getting ready. "Don't forget your new pencil box, Bill," said Mama. "And your new lunchbox," said Pete. "It'll be so nice to see Miss Ibis again, Mama," said Bill. "I wonder what you'll learn this year," said Mama. So he's getting ready to go back to school. The next morning, after kissing Mama goodbye, Bill and Pete started out for school. It was fun to see all the other little crocodiles again. "Now, class," said Miss Ibis, "we are going to start this school year by studying the history and geography of Egypt and river of Nile." "Oh, goody!" cried all the children. So when we learn about history, that's things that are in the past. And geography is the land that we live on, learning about the land. So she's showing them the land and the river. "What did you learn today, Bill?" asked Mama. "We learned all about the Nile River, Mama," said Bill. "It's nice to learn about your own hometown," said Mama. So here he has a picture of his house. On Tuesday, Miss Ibis told the class about the Sphinx. "Today we learned about the Stinks, Mama," said Bill. "You mean Sphinx," said Bill, said Pete. "And boy, it is weird looking." So he said it wrong, and then Pete helped him and corrected him. On Wednesday, Miss Ibis told the class all about the pharaohs and the pyramids and mummies. The pharaohs built the pyramids so they could be buried there with all their riches, Miss Ibis told them. When they died, they were wrapped up in long strips of cloth called mummies. The mummy was put in a beautiful case called a sarcophagus. So here we have the mummy, and there's a little arrow pointing. And then here's Miss Ibis, and she's got the sarcophagus, and it's this pretty colorful thing that holds the dead body. So here we are. "What did you learn today, Bill?" said Mama. "Oh, Mama, we learned about the pharaohs and the pyramids," said Bill. "We learned about mummies and esophaguses." "You mean sarcophaguses," said Pete. "How exciting," said Mama. On Thursday, Miss Ibis told the class about the sacred eye of Isis. "It is the most valuable jewel in all the world," said Miss Ibis. "Ooh," said all the little crocodiles. "But," she added, "there is a saying that whoever owns it has bad luck." "Ooh," said all the little crocodiles. "That is why it is kept in the Royal Museum," said Miss Ibis. "Now, how would you like to see the Sphinx, the pyramid, and the sacred eye of the Isis?" "Oh, yes," said all the little crocodiles. "Well, tomorrow we're going to take a class trip down the Nile." "Hooray!" they all shouted. So when she says they're going to take a class trip, this is like us taking a field trip on the bus to go somewhere else. So they're gonna go down the Nile together. Do you have your lunchbox? Asked Mama. Yes, Mama, said Bill. Now, Pete, don't forget to brush Bill's teeth, said Mama. I won't, said Pete. Have a good time and listen to Miss Ibis and do what she says, said Mama. Goodbye, Mama, Bill and Pete said. So here they are, they're going off to their class trip. Does everyone have their partners? Miss Ibis asked. Yes, Miss Ibis, the crocodiles answered. Then forward, swim. Ooh, said all the little crocodiles. There's the Grand Hotel. Ooh, said all the little crocodiles. There's the Sphinx. So they're gonna see all of these things that they've been learning about, which is so cool. So they're starting on their class trip. Bill, said Pete, look at that man in the big car with all the ladies. He must be a pharaoh, said Bill. Watch out for the bad guy, whispered an old crocodile to Bill and Pete as he swam. Watch out, remember the old bad guy got Bill last time. Stay in line, said Miss Ibis as the Nile Queen went by. Ooh, said all the crocodiles. So the Nile Queen is this really big boat right here, and tourists are on it, going down the Nile River. Here we are at the pyramids, said Miss Ibis as the class stepped ashore. Miss Ibis bought the tickets and they all went inside. Ooh, the guide will hold a big mirror to help light up the passageway so we can see. Miss Ibis explained to the class. Now, as I told you all, the mummies and all the riches are no longer kept here. They are in the Royal Museum, which we will visit next, and where we will see the sacred eye of Isis. Ooh, said all the little crocodiles. So they're excited, getting to see all the things they've learned about. The class saw mummies and sarcophaguses and the sacred eye of Isis. There's that man again, Bill whispered to Pete. He sure looks familiar. And then they sat down to eat their lunch. Miss Ibis, may I be excused, please? Said Bill. And he and Pete went inside to find a restroom to brush Bill's teeth. So they're gonna go and use the restroom and get refreshed. So they've seen this man several times in the story, and Pete whispers to Bill that he just wonders why he's seeing him again. So I wonder who that is. And I wonder why he's important. Aha! Look, Bill, said Pete. I thought I recognized him. The bad guy. So it's the same bad guy from the last book. What is he up to? Oh, Mr. Bad Guy, don't, cried Bill. You'll have bad luck. Shut up, you walking suitcase, yelled the bad guy, and he locked Bill inside a sarcophagus. He's stealing the big jewel. And then he stuffs Bill into a sarcophagus. That was not very nice. Here's Pete. I wonder how Pete is gonna help. You can't do that to my friend, shouted Pete. And he flew into the restroom to get some toilet paper. What? What's he gonna do with the toilet paper? Take that, said Pete, and he flew around and around, and presto, the bad guy was a mummy. So he used what he learned, and he wrapped this guy up so he couldn't go anywhere, like a mummy. Pete coming to the rescue again. Then Pete untied a guard who let Bill out of the sarcophagus. "Where have you been, William Everett?" scolded Miss Ibis. "Why, these two fine fellows saved the sacred eye of Isis from falling into evil hands." Evil means bad hands, said the head of the museum. "The bad guy is being taken to Cairo and put into jail. As a reward, we're going to send you all home on the Nile Queen." "Ooh," said all the crocodiles. So they're all really excited because they're getting to ride the big boat that we saw earlier in the book. "And so, Mama, that's what happened on our first class trip," said Bill. "My goodness," said Mama, "what an adventure." "And Miss Ibis was right," said Bill. "The sacred eye of Isis does bring bad luck, especially to bad guys," said Pete. And that is the end of our story. I hope that you enjoyed Bill and Pete Go Down the Nile.